everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am coming to you with card number 1 from our June online class. This month I have picked the Darling Details bundle, and this is the bundle that I'm going to be using for this class. In order to receive my card kit class for free, all you had to do was place an order of $50 or more with me in the month of June, and you got the kit for free. You had to order whatever stamp that you wanted to use to create the cards, or you could have ordered the exact same one that I did. Okay, so let's get started. This is the card that we're going to make today, and when you open it up, you flip this down and it sits up like that. Is that not cute? So that can be a display card. So let's get started on this cute little card. So I'm going to try to set it right over here. The first thing you need is some Flirty Flamingo. And I've already gone ahead and scored some of my cards just to make the video go a little bit quicker. But I will tell you that this is scored in half. And at 4 1/4. And don't worry about all the measurements. They're in the little tutorial that I give you. So you will have all the measurements for these cards there. Then this is mechanism number 1. And it's just a piece of 3 1/4 by 4. 3 by 4. And it's scored at 1, 2, 3. And then we are just going to end up putting it around just like this. When we put the card together, you will see. Then you need another little mechanism, and this one is 3/4 by 2 1/4, scored at 1 1/4. Okay. And then we have a few more pieces. This scrap piece is for the greeting. And then this is for the inside, and this is for the outside of the card. So let's get stamping our outside first. Let me get a little scrap piece here. Okay, we'll put this off to the side, and we'll do all that when we get ready to put it all together. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to be using the big roses. I don't know if they're roses, but flower in the stamp set. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp in the Flirty Flamingo. And I am just going to start stamping kind of everywhere on the card, leaving a little bit of space in between because we do want to be able to fit in our other elements that we have. And this is sometimes my hardest part, is deciding where to put everything. Then we're going to take the filler part, and we're going to stamp off onto a scrap piece of paper. And then we're going to line it up. The first one is always the tricky one. Okay. Like so. Maybe I didn't stamp off. I did this video a long time ago, but it looks very light compared to my other one. Let me try not stamping off, and I'll let you know. I stamped off. I just don't know why it looks lighter to me. Huh. I don't know. Isn't that kind of weird? Maybe it's not. It's not lighter. It's just me. It's just me, ladies. Just me. So, anyways, you do stamp off. This one will just be a little different for me. I'll have one that is not stamped off, but I'm going to keep going with it. It doesn't matter if they're not perfectly lined up. It's okay. It's a homemade card. And that's the one thing I love about these, I don't know what they call them. is it two-step stamping? Yeah, I think it's two-step stamping is what they call it. Is that it's okay if it's off, because it kind of gives it that water effect look that I really enjoy that. I like that. Okay, so now we are going to take and add some greenery. I work my way out from this. I like to work from the bigger stamps and work my way down. So my next biggest stamp is this leaf like that's in the set, and so I'm going to stamp this, and I am just going to randomly kind of stamp this wherever I feel that it would look nice. And it doesn't matter if it's exact, it's okay. Some off the page, some on. And let's see, I think I'll put one right there. Okay, I think that looks good. You don't want to overdo it, because sometimes, what is it, more is best or less is best? I don't know how they say that. And then I'm taking the tiny little leaf stamp that's in there, and I am just going to add them here and there on the card. Some I may add 2 like that, and if I overlap, it's okay. We're just filling up the back of the background to make this a really pretty background here. Sometimes I turn my paper too, just to get a better idea of where. Ooh. There we go. Saved it. Yay. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can get a little one in there. Sometimes I go back with this stamp too, after I've gone ahead and done my yellow flowers. Okay, I'm going to stop with that for now, because I want to make sure that there's room for my yellow flowers here. And so I'm going to take this little flower, and I am just going to randomly stamp some flowers on here. Some off the page. Squeeze some in between the greenery, because I think that looks pretty. It makes it look more natural. Yeah. Just like this. Oh, that one didn't. There we go. Oh, well. I say a lot of oops. But that happens if you don't push down just right, but it's okay. I think I like it. I like how it looks. I do have a little dark one, so it does make it look a little weird, but I'm going with it. Okay, so I am done with this part. Now I'm just going to set this aside for a minute, and we're going to bring in the inside piece here. And I've got the littler stamps here this time, because inside I stamped also. So I'm going to stamp this in Flirty Flamingo, like that. And then I'm stamping it again, and this time I'm stamping off the page and stamping down. And then I'm going to use the little stem, and I'm stamping it in the Granny Apple Green. And I'm just putting it like that. Then I went ahead and grabbed that little leaf again, and I'm stamping it, and I'm going to add that little leaf right to the edge, just like that. And then the last thing I did was I grabbed my sponge dabber, or sponge brush, dabbed it up in the Daffodil Delight, and I just kind of went like this along the edge. I made it darker on the edge and worked my way in. Okay, just like that. All right, and now we can close these up. we can go ahead and start putting this card together. Okay, so for the mechanism, you're going to need some score and tape. And what you're going to do is on this, it doesn't matter which end, but one of the ends, you're going to put 2 strips of this right across. You could even put 3 if you want. I'll put one down the middle. Okay. And then we're going to get our little pick tool and we're going to remove this. Okay. Okay. All right. Then we're going to open this up and we're going to take this and we're going to place this edge not right on the score line, like a millimeter or a little bit lower. You want it just, you don't want it on the score line, because if you put it right on the score line, you're going to eyeball center it. I mean, you could get a ruler out and mark everything if you want. You don't want it right on the score line. I put it down a little bit because this tape is a little forgiving. See if it closes good, and it does. Then I know, because sometimes it's hard to tell if you're right there. And I'll bring this up closer. Do you see how far? It's just a little bit below it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and, oh, yeah, before we do this, I almost screwed this whole card up. Okay, that's okay because I didn't put it where it had to go. Before you put the mechanism in, let's attach this onto the card. Woo, it's always my first card, ladies. You guys know the drill. And we're going to just put adhesive around the outside edge of this. Okay, we're going to place this down in the center. Then in the stitched layering dies, or stylish, not stitched, it's stylish shaped dies. There's a bunch of different stylish shaped dies. You're going to take the 2 largest dies and we're going to put it down on the center of this. Just like so. Kind of centering it in here. And I'm going to use some of my Post-it note tape. And if you want to know where I get this, I get it on Amazon, and there's a link in the video below. I do get a little kickback from it if you do purchase from me. Okay. And there we go. So I'm adhering this down. Then we're going to run it through the Big Shot. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I've ran it through the Big Shot machine. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to remove all of this here. And get rid of this. And we don't need this little outer, the top one. Uh-oh. I told you guys something wrong. Okay. I didn't realize it till I just did the video. Alright, when you're putting these together, do one at a time, because I totally messed that up. Alright, I'm going to re-explain. So what you want to do is you want to cut this one out first, separately. It's because you need the big circle. So put this on your paper like this, run it through the die cutting machine. Then you'll get 2 full. You won't get 2 separates like this. You'll get 2 full ones. Then you're going to take the top layer, which would be which I can't even get this one off from here now. It is so embedded in this ring. Oh, okay. There it goes. Oh, because I got a little adhesive on that. That's why. Okay. So then you would have this one like this. Pretend I didn't die cut it. So you'd have this, and then you're going to put this on top of it, and you're going to run it through your machine separately. So then you get a smaller piece, and you would have had, if I didn't screw it up, the piece that you already need right here. And then this would go on top of it. But for some reason, I don't know what I was thinking, I put them both on there, and I don't know why I did that. And so anyways, I'm going to get out another scrap piece of the Flirty Flamingo here, and I'm going to have to run it through again. As soon as I find where it is. Here it is. Okay. So I have a piece here, and I'm just going to go ahead and run this back through my machine like this so I get the bigger piece. Now you won't have to do that if you run it through like I said. Run just this one through with everything there, run it through. You'll get your big one, and you'll have two big ones that'll be the same size. Then you're going to put it back on this one, back on, and cut it through, and then you'll have your smaller size too. Sorry if I confused anybody. Okay, I'll try to explain it again. This is what we wanted. We wanted this one right here, and then this one would have been the same exact size. So if you would cut this out the same exact size, and then this one you would go back through once you separated them, and you'd cut this one out. So just so you know, yeah, I made a mistake. Oops. All right. So now what we're going to do is we can add this piece to this piece right here. And I just used the adhesive. You can use whatever you want. I'm just going to sit it right on there, just like that. And then now we're going to go back and finish the mechanism. Sorry about that. So we've gone ahead and we've added the strips of adhesive down there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lay this flat, and right at the top, only at the very top up here, you're going to put one strip of adhesive. Okay. So we're going to go just like this. And then you're going to peel this off. Then you're going to take this and you're going to close it. And that's why you only want one piece, because you could see the rest here. So you don't want to put more. I mean, you might be able to get a little liquid glue in there, but I find that just one piece does the job and you don't have to worry about it. Now this you have to put down, and I just want to make sure I have this one going the right way. Okay, yep. All right. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take and you're going to add, I like to just do liquid glue here because I think I find it, it just is easier. So I'm just going to take some liquid glue and put it on there, and I'm going to eyeball center this. Doesn't have to be perfect, you just want it eyeball center it, and then just kind of hold it down. Like that. Okay, so on my little mechanism here, you can actually see it because this one's flipped down, that's how that one's going to be. Then you're going to take it, and I went a little too far in the glue here. Oh, we don't go all the way, just go up. You should probably put it on the base so that you don't get any extra here where it'll stick, but I think I'm going to be, I hope I'm going to be okay. I might need to get my little powder thing. This is what I do. I'm going to take my little powder and I'm going to just dab it there multiple times. There. So now it's not gonna, now it won't stick. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this back and I am going to put a couple pieces of tear and tape right across here. Okay, so I'm going to put it right across here, and then I will go ahead, and how I like to do it is I like to close this up, keep this sitting up here like this. I'm going to score this down a little bit better. And then you want to line this up with your other patterns. See how that kind of, and I'm just going to stick it right in there and then I'll push down. So just like that. And now when you open this, it sits up. Ain't that cute? I just absolutely love it. So what I did was then I took the smaller piece and I put this right here so that you could have a place to write on your card. You could have put a full piece of white here, but I figure I think this little half a piece is good. So I put that like that. Now we're going to close this back down and we're going to do our greeting. And so get that little scrap piece out and we're going to take the just a note. You could make it bigger if you want and say happy birthday, any of the above. But I chose just a note. And I'm going to stamp this down. And then I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut this off really short and I'm just going to give it little cuts. So, and then after I cut it, I'm just going to add this on and then our card will be done. Well, I added a little bit of gems, so it's not going to be completely done. I just put a little bit of adhesive on the side here. And I kind of decided where I wanted it to hang over, but just as long as you don't have the adhesive, as long as there, oh, it's got to go over a little bit farther. So right over here, like that. Okay, so long as the adhesive is not going on your paper back here. And then I'm just going to put some gems on here. I'll open up the card because you can't, I flip it down like this. And I decided I wanted to put one fairly large one here on the greeting. And then I just decided I had 3 flowers there, the little ones. So it just depends on how many flowers you have. I'm going to pick 3 of them. And I got one here that's hiding under the notes. There we go. So wherever your 3 little flowers are, and add your gems so that when you open it up, it sits up like this so that they can enjoy the loveliness from the inside out too. Okay, everybody, so that is my card number 1, and I will be back with card number 2.